Take your time. Okay, no, you're fine. I,
Oh, thank you. From like 1994 till about 1996. Not every single day, but the most of our college career. I did consider her one of my best friends, and I still do, even though we've been estranged for many years since. A plethora of possibilities. That was one of Kat's famous sayings. It was kind of like Queen Elizabeth meets Daffy Duck. If I could describe Kat Terry Lynn Waters Van Besoyen's personality, demeanor, that's how one could sum it up. Kat and I met at the campus of Jefferson College, like I said, back in 1994. She was a vocal music major. When I first saw her, I thought, who's this brassy broad? Tall, loud, with her cackling laughter, great hair, beautiful woman. She is older. Is she a professor? I thought. She actually, in many ways, reminded me of my own mother. She was 35 at the time, and I was 18. We developed a very close friendship because she was so down to earth. She was funny, extremely witty, charming, and she, in spite of the age difference, could relate to many or almost all of us in so many ways who were from small town communities, such as, like she was as well. And she had a lot of insight to life experiences, living in LA and all of the things that she's experienced. She was very outspoken, wasn't into beating around the bush. So I know today she wouldn't want me to sugarcoat things either. Unless she thought it was fun or exciting, then she would kind of beat around the bush with people. I admired her for, at that time, going back to school, raising an 8-year-old son at the time, Adrian Taylor Van Besoyen, after her divorce. Moving back in with her parents, I'm sure wasn't easy for anybody. So I know I didn't like living with mine at the time when I was 18, so I'm sure that was quite a challenge. As many of you have heard or seen on the slideshow, Kat had lived her dreams. The world could get cold or beat her or her loved ones down, but I truly believe her faith in God, her love for Adrian and her family and friends, and the true deep connection that she had for those animals in her wildlife sanctuary is what kept her sane. But not to be rude or disrespectful, a gin and tonic didn't, it also helped as well periodically. For the most part, she did try to be graceful, and she succeeded. Except I have this one funny memory of her when we did Godspell in 1994, one of the best theater experiences of my life. She played the part of Sonia, which those of you who have known the musical Godspell, it's based on the Gospel according to St. Matthew. And like I said, she played the part of Sonia, and she had to do a number called Turn Back, Oh Man. And it's at the top of Act 2. And she was so nervous. And she was flirting with all the guys as she's supposed to in the audience, and like saying, "Is your seat comfortable, sir?" And things like that. And one of the lines was she was supposed to say, "See you later, I'm going to the front of the theater." But God bless her soul, she was already at the front of the theater, and she just sang out, "Woo, I'm already at the front of the theater," in her dramatic voice. And it was just, we just got a cackle. I mean, the whole crowd just went crazy. Or they thought it was really funny. My 12-year-old nephew who's here with me today, he doesn't even know Kat. And when I can share that, experience or that time about her with him, it's kind of like her legacy and her life goes on. And I think that is just what's so awesome about life. I have so many wonderful memories of Kat, shopping together, lunch buffets at Munster's, seeing all the stuffy old lawyers in there having their drinks at lunch. People watching was great with her. We would crack up and make jokes and imitating our professors and having those inside jokes about them. Our love for music. Every time I listen to Wham, Foreigner, Eagles, Peter Cetera, I'll always think of Kat. She was with me for my first speeding ticket and my first small fender bender in my new car. I think she understood me better than I did myself at that time. I now see why now, but at the time I was hurt when she did tell me back in 1996 that she couldn't take our friendship anymore. And I think part of that reason was she knew I was going to be moving on, and to save herself from that hurt, she wanted to end it when she did. So needless to say, we didn't talk for many years until about 1998. Greg and I went over there and visited her at her house on Weaver. And it was a little awkward, but we still had a nice visit. Greg did tell me that she did sub at elementary school in vocal music, so that's something that she's always wanted to do. So that's awesome. We did, as Facebook came along, Kat and I did become friends on Facebook, but we didn't talk that much because she didn't go on there. But we always tried to make plans to see each other, but it just never happened. And then when we found out that she was sick, I always kept telling myself, you got to go see her, and just something always prevented me. And I regret it now, but I just want to hold on to those wonderful memories that I have of Kat. And there's a part of me that didn't want to see her sick, We do have so many wonderful memories to hold on to, and that's what I'm going to stick with. I'm a better person for knowing Kat. I'm sure she could say the same for knowing and loving us all too. That's God's purpose and plan for us, not to judge, because I believe he does that. We're to touch and enrich other people's lives. Kat, Terry, Lynne, Van Besoyen fulfilled God's purpose for her life. This gives myself and hopefully all of you great peace. Thank you.